Welcome back, Tan Fam. Former NFL star and podcast host, a.k.a. the Mouth of the South, Channing Crowder, and his amazing wife, Asia, are here with us today. Now, family is a huge part of what makes their relationship work. They're both extremely dedicated parents to their 3 kids, and a big reason for that is Asia revealed that she never knew her real father. Take a look.
During my sophomore year in college, I found out the man that was on my birth certificate was not actually my father. My mom shared with me that her and a friend named Bruno, their relationship briefly turned into more than a friendship, and then they soon lost touch. She never had a chance to tell him that she was pregnant, so all I have of my father, Bruno, is this picture. After I became a parent, I spent years searching for my father, and I always came up empty. I had exhausted all options, and I just felt like I'm just never gonna find him. And my husband Channing, he says, well, why don't you allow me to post it on Twitter? After the photo of my dad was tweeted out, I went on the local news to talk about my search.
What's crazy about it is he doesn't know that I'm here. We've been searching for him for such a long time.
I hope for the best, but my search came up empty so often that I felt like a little bit of my life would always be missing.
Oh, boy. You'd never... Asia, you had never... You never met your dad, and he didn't even know you existed.
Yeah.
Growing up, talk to me about that missing piece.
It was really difficult. I think that I was just not really understanding what happened. You know, my mom didn't really expound until later. I guess she wanted to protect my feelings and my heart in that way. And she was amazing. My mom was a single mom. She was just, I mean, she did everything. I felt like I had both parents, and then my grandparents were also like very involved in my life. So I never felt like I was lacking, but I just did understand, you know, like what's happening? Where was he? Where is my dad? And so I guess she wanted to make sure that, you know, when I got to a certain age, we could have that conversation. And sophomore year, she told me what was going on.
Channing, a few days after you posted the tweet, Asia got a call. You were cleaning out the garage. What was that call?
It was, the whole situation was wild. It was on and off for about 3 years. And I don't know what hit her, but for about 3 years, she'd look into it, and then she'd kind of get frustrated and stop and then go back. And she was going to like every high school in Miami looking through yearbooks and looking for Bruno. And his name was actually Juan Bruno. And I just went through this, I won't say pressure, but I was riding this wave with her, and I just see her so frustrated and crying and just coming home. And then it was kind of like, hey, can I tweet it out? Yeah. Like, social media is so big.
Yeah.
Can I tweet this out? Like, let me just tweet out this picture and see what happens. And we tweeted it out, and then like the montage had where then Nikki Mohan, a local news lady, our friend, she called, and we're actually doing a toy drive with the Boys and Girls Club. And she's like, well, come out to the toy drive and we'll put it out on the news. And she put it out, and I was like, it played on a Thursday, then it replayed on a Sunday morning. And I'm out in the garage playing with my fishing rods. That's what men do. We run away from women and we go in the garage and play with fishing rods. So I'm out there playing my fishing rod, and she comes out, and when I see her face, I think something's wrong. Like, I kind of sit up, and I'm like, because she looks like she saw a ghost, like she's pale, and she has her phone to her ear. And she points, she's like, it's my dad. And and she starts crying. I start crying. I'm like, what? She's like, it's my dad. And from there moving forward, like, the situation with Bruno has been, it's a movie script.
You know what? What is that Encanto? We don't talk about Bruno. You're right. Is the song We Don't Talk About Bruno? Yeah. We don't talk about Bruno. He's here. Bruno, please come on out. Bruno, I mean, first of all, beautiful family. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You know, Asia talked about the hole that she was feeling her entire, even though being loved, something was missing. You had no idea that something was missing.
No, I didn't. But when I was called, when a friend called me, when he called me, and it was like a joke. Someone said that you are the dad. Ha ha ha. I took as a strike. You know, it's possible. It's possible. So I got the name. I reached out and I introduced myself. And I asked, what's your mom's name? She gave me her mom's name, and I said, when can we meet?
You brought with you your wife and daughter?
Yes. After I finished speaking with Eja, the second call that I made was to my daughter's mom. The call came through a mutual friend, so I wanted to be the one giving the news. That call was not picked up, so I called my daughter, BG. We spoke. She expressed that she wanted to be present. So she's in Orlando, we are in Miami, so I waited for her to travel, and we all got together that night.
When you first laid eyes on Asia,
Well, Aja was sitting across from me, my wife to my left, BG, my other daughter, to my right. And as soon as we went in a coffee shop, as soon as Aja picked up the cup and covered half of her face, I didn't have no doubt.
you saw you in her eyes.
Whatsoever. That's my daughter.
Don't go away. Up next, you can see the amazing connection. We'll have more. And I want to know, there's so many questions. We'll be right back. I can't.
Wow, look, Eva, look high. Look high.
Welcome back. That was footage of my guest Bruno playing with his grandchildren he never knew he had until he was in his 50s. And he had no idea his daughter Asia existed. Asia and her husband, former NFL star Channing Crowder, are still with us today. Bruno, you go from not having grandchildren to two, and then Asia had a COVID baby, as she called the baby. Now you got three, and you're there flying kites with your grandchildren.
Transformation, it happened, and how do you react to it and how you embrace it it's amazing. I never saw myself as a grandfather.
What do they call you?
Pops.
Pops. Channing, you know, you were on this journey with Asia, the ups and downs. You said Bruno was like the Loch Ness Monster because you just thought this person does not exist. That Juan Bruno, we're going to ever find years of waiting. How did it feel? How does it feel now? You know what? What do you see different in her now?
It's a completion. It really is, because she's so successful. She's so amazing. She's just great wife. Like I said, 11 years married, great mother. But it was this thing that I don't know if she needed it, but she wanted it so bad. Yeah. And it was that thing that I couldn't help. For years, because why didn't I recommend me tweeting out the picture 3 years ago when I did it? But it didn't click, and it was just something she wanted so bad year after year. And once she found him and they worked together, you know, they're both realtors, like they both, it's just so funny that
I mean, that's
like the nature nurture conversation. Like, is this in you, or was this created? Yeah. And I really feel as if like DNA means more than what you've been through, because I would look at them and even during the break you were saying how they hold themselves.
yeah, the body language, everything is the same.
And I'm sitting back chilling, but it's just they're both like they have so much in common, and I sit and like I just stare at it all the time. And it was just something that my wife, it was something I couldn't buy for her. I couldn't find for her. I couldn't do that for her. And then once it hit, it was a completion of it. It was something I just see, like, it was a calming factor that I see my wife fully happy now. And like, it was, and as a nurturer, as a protector, as a provider, like, you want everybody to be happy. And for me to see that piece of her life come together, it just I've teared up. I've now cried 3 times, but to see that come together is just beautiful. That's all I can say.
Oh, I know. Knowing how you grew up and how important family is to you and always will be to you, you have now this dedicated family on both sides, a husband, a dad, and children.
It's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing feeling, especially when you've spent so much time in the search chapter. When he called that day, I felt conflicted, because it's like, did I really find him? I had been searching so long, and I just kind of felt like I got to we're going into the next chapter, and he embraced me so quickly and my family that it felt like we really never missed a beat. Wow. There hasn't been a week that he hasn't come over, babysat a child, picked up another kid. Like, I mean, he helps me so much, and we're making up for lost time.
Wow.
But it's amazing. Like, it's amazing.
And I would say, Bruno and Haiti, his wife, they have individual relationships with all of us. Me and Bruno go fishing together.
So Bruno is not corny, he's cool?
That's my ace. That's my ace right there. That's my ride or die
Bruno,
right there.
you know what I'm gonna ask you now. The nudist resort. What say you, Sir Bruno, on this? What did you think?
They're adults.
Yeah. If you like it, I love it.
You know, it's a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Well, I am so happy for all of you. It's a family affair. Bruno said he would do it, but I think they need you to babysit. They got the 3 babies, and you're really good with them. Well, congratulations on this bond and this gift. Thank you, Bruno, Asia. Channing, you're my guy now. You're my guy. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on, and be sure to catch new episodes of Channing's podcast, The Pivot. They drop on YouTube every Tuesday at 12 Eastern, or listen wherever you get your podcast. I love you guys. I do. Oh, my God.